For 9 episodes, this agent lived in my terminal. I typed, it answered, I watched every step. Production is the opposite. No terminal, no me. A ticket arrives at 3 in the morning and a reply has to go back on its own. So this episode we take it out of the terminal and ship it headless, and 2 numbers you have not looked at yet suddenly become the whole game. Welcome back. Episode 9 left us a secure agent on top of the cost work from 8. That is the build that ships. We do not deploy a fresh version, we deploy the one the scorecard trusts. But before any code, there is a decision most people make by accident. Do you self-host the SDK or hand the whole thing to a managed runtime? Let me make that fork on purpose. One honesty note up front, same as episode 1, the ticket volume you will see is a curated replay set, and I will say so again. The deploy, the builds, and the latency are real. The fork, self-hosted, means you run the SDK yourself in your own container or function. You own every layer we built, the eval gate, the cost guard, the permission hook, the memory. You also own the pager. Managed means a runtime hosts the agent for you. Less to operate, a faster start, but the control plane is theirs. And the guards you worked so hard to build now live inside someone else's box. Here is the honest part. The important work transfers either way. Your evals, your cost ceiling, your injection defense are not tied to where it runs. I self-host for this course for one reason. I want every guard in my own code where the receipts live and I can show you. That is the only reason. Pick the other side and most of this still applies. So what does headless actually mean? It means one pure entry point. A ticket goes in, a reply, and its telemetry come out. No terminal, no prompt, no waiting on a human. Everything else is just a wrapper around that function. A queue consumer pulls a ticket and calls it. An HTTP handler takes a request and calls it. A managed runtime invokes it. The body does not change. That is the mental model. Get the pure function right, and where it runs becomes a deployment detail, not a rewrite. Here is the whole entry point. It calls the shipped agent on the ticket and returns the reply plus the numbers. A deployed agent must emit what it cost, how long it took, whether it escalated, whether the budget tripped. That telemetry is not optional in production, it is next episode. And 3 lines that only matter once there is no human. We will come back to why in a second, but note them. Do not block waiting for input. Trust only the servers I declared and keep the cost ceiling on. In the terminal you would never notice these. Headless, they are the difference between running and hanging. Now the gotcha, and it cost me a real morning. The exact same code that worked in my terminal hung on the first headless run, then came back having done nothing. 2 reasons, and they are the same reason. Headless is non-interactive. An MCP server that pauses to ask for anything waits forever, because there is no one to answer, and the environment my terminal quietly provided, the keys, the config, did not travel with the code. So the agent came up with no tools and no way to say so. In the terminal, none of this shows because you are the environment. The fix is those 3 lines. Tell the SDK never to block. Declare exactly which servers are allowed instead of inheriting whatever is around, and pass the environment in explicitly. Boring lines, they are most of what production ready actually means. Now the 2 numbers that change the moment you deploy. In 9 episodes we obsessed over correctness and cost per ticket. Production adds a third you cannot feel from a terminal, latency, and especially the tail. On the replay workload, the median ticket takes about 16 seconds, fine, but the 95th percentile is 40 seconds and the slowest is over a minute. The tail is 2.5 times the median because the hard tickets loop more and call more tools. A human waited patiently for that in the terminal. A queue at 3 AM will not. Cost holds where episode 8 left it, about 4.5 cents a ticket, $1.12 across the 25. And the cost ceiling from episode 8 is still on, now as a production rail, because a runaway loop headless is a bill with no one watching. Say it plainly one more time, this is the curated replay set. The bills and the timings are real. Live public inbound is a switch we have not flipped, not a rebuild. Recap. Deploying is not a rewrite. It is getting one pure function right. Ticket in, reply out, and wrapping it in whatever runs your code. Self-hosted or managed is a real fork, but your evals cost and security cross it intact. I self-host to keep the guards in my own code. The trap is that headless is non-interactive. Do not block, declare your servers, pass your environment, and watch the latency tail, not just the median, because the tail is what your queue actually feels. The cost ceiling from episode 8 earns its keep now. A rail against a runaway bill, nobody is watching. Next episode, observability. Right now, this agent runs in the dark. If a ticket goes wrong at 3 a.m., I have no idea why, so we trace every token, every tool call, every run, and make any run replayable. See you there.